I think that I need to discuss about Gaza. I mean, I've read up so much on it that I want the world to know that I know. Well, okay. But why now? I mean, it's been 2 or 3 weeks that the issue came out. Most of the people would have forgotten it by now. So what's the use of it? Well, because that is the kind of time that it takes for me to research it, write it, then record it, edit it, add video effects, sound effects, and deal with myself. Well, a disclaimer for you guys in the beginning. This video is not motivated to sway your opinion on either side. Rather, it is motivated to inculcate the spirit of discussion. And in the event of any grievance or... well, who am I kidding? इसके लिए subscribers लगते हैं. And the last time I checked, I had none. Well, without any further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? Israel and Palestine keep finding themselves in the middle of international controversies every now and then. Regular clashes keep happening between the two, but the recent conflict that happened in May spiraled into an all-out war. This recent conflict was more hostile than the previous clashes, and I'm guessing most of you would be knowing about it since this topic gets a lot of press around the world. Now, both sides have suffered losses, obviously, but one side has suffered losses in a far greater proportion as compared to the other. And it's a no-brainer that Israel suffered casualties far fewer in number than Gaza, since Gaza is no comparison to the military capability that Israel possesses. But the focus of this video is not that. It is to understand what it is like to live in Gaza. To understand this, let us begin with the geography of Gaza.
Oh, hell no!
Yeah, it will be short only, this part. You can also skip to the next timestamp if you don't want to hear this. For those who want to listen, Gaza is a small piece of land in the Middle East that has an area of just 365 kilometers. It borders with Israel, Egypt and the Mediterranean Sea. Now, इस छोटे से piece of land पर 2.1 million people live, which makes it one of the most densely populated regions in the world. To give you a clear picture, Gaza is like the Sarojini Nagar of Middle East. The only difference being, it doesn't go empty by the night. Gaza is so overcrowded कि अगर तुम गाजा में आसमान की तरफ एक पत्थर फेंकोगे, it will probably hit that uncle you didn't know was living across the street since 10 years that you are just like. Well, jokes aside, many of these people live in refugee camps since they were forced out of their homes during what came to be known as the Nakba, which is the Palestinian term to describe catastrophe. Back in 1948, these people were forced out of their homes by Israel or fled during war. Now, these people live in Gaza as refugees, hence they have the right to return back to their homes. But none of these people were ever allowed to go back to their homes, even as per international mandate, since Israel doesn't comply with the international mandate and continues to violate it. So the situation in Gaza is somewhat like this. People are not allowed to leave the strip unless they have a permit from Israel. The permits are given only on rare occasions, like when there is a medical emergency. Fleeing the strip via Mediterranean Sea is also not possible because the people are allowed only a few kilometers off the shore. So this is a perfect example of bad parenting to me, where the people of Gaza have been grounded by Israel on some pretext, when they don't even know what that is. And they have been forced to quarantine all this while well before the pandemic began. Again, way to be a bully. While talking about borders, Gaza's border with Egypt and Israel have been largely kept closed since 2007. Now, 2007 is also the year when Hamas came into power. For those of you who don't know, Hamas is a militant group that is based out of Gaza that was born to oppose the Israeli occupation on Gaza, and then won the elections in 2007 and took full control of the territory, which is also when Israel put a blockade on the region. And it's been 14 years since. 14 years of this blockade via land, via air, via sea. And most of the critics believe that it has done more harm than good. The blockade has amounted to collective punishment, hurting the ordinary residents of Gaza, which are 2.1 million people. And to top it all off, regular violence, clashes, conflicts, human rights violations, war crimes committed by Israel towards the people of Palestine is a routine. Bombing continues routinely. It follows the same script usually. Israel will violate a brokered ceasefire agreement, then Hamas will respond via rockets that will be intercepted mostly by the Israel's Iron Dome defense, which is a sign of marvel right there. But then Israel will unleash a wildly disproportionate attack back on Gaza. And it is the ordinary person, ordinary man that is stuck between this crossfire which suffers the most calamitous of losses. And this video is just the tip of the iceberg. There is so much that can be covered to explain what is going on in Gaza that even a movie or a documentary or a series of movie can be made on this topic. And I've tried to include as much as I could, but still there is a lot. And as you would have understood by now, the situation is visibly tense and it gets worse by the minute. The situation is described by Human Rights Watch and many others as apartheid. That is, two legal systems for two different ethnic communities. But does history have a lesson for us in store? Or have we been here before? Unfortunately, yes, and that too not so far away from Gaza. The apartheid system in South Africa and the brutal occupation of East Timor by Indonesia is a case in point. And what does history tell us? It tells us that the only way that change can happen in the present scenario is if the cost of occupation by Israel outweighs its benefits to Israel. And that would require massive external pressure. Well, do you concur with this thought? Or do you have any other thoughts in your mind? Or if you'd like to suggest something or just say hi, well then you can comment down in the comment section below. Give this video a like so that I know you liked it, and also subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and spread the word. Send it to as many friends of yours as you can. That gives me a boost and encourages me. And until next time, this is it from my side. Bye bye.